people make things a lot more complicated than it really has to be, guys. Now, some people say, well, Oliver, you know, the past is no guarantee of the future. The past, Oliver. Wah 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 wah. Remember the Peanuts? Wah wah. When the stupid parents talk. I know this, bozo. I know this. I know the past is not a guarantee, but it is the only thing we have. So if you're not going to use the past, and we know people who don't use the past ruin their lives. If we're not going to use the past, then what are we going to use? Our freaking imagination? What are we going to use? We're going to pull a scenario out of a freaking hat? Like if you don't use the past, you're just a gambler because you have zero to base anything on. The past is the key to the future. Locked in the past are most of the future secrets. You have to crack the past open. I tell my traders this all the time. Crack your losing trades in the past are holding your future wins captive. I tell my traders this all the time. They said, Oliver, I seem to not be able to make any winning trades. I'm like, well, go where they are. And they say, well, Oliver, where are my winning trades? They're locked inside of your past losses. Now take a bunch of them and let's crack them open one by one and relive them and try to find the flaw. Because I promise you, there's a common theme running through your past trades that's seeping into your future. Let's find that theme and freaking kill it. The key to future wins is going back to the past. Same thing with Bitcoin. The key to being right more than often, the key to knowing what is more likely to occur than not is to go to the past and see what has happened consistently over and over and over again. And if you're not doing that, you are basing your decisions on your own mental movie. You've created a movie. You've created a script out of thin air. And in your mind, you see something else, which is not real, by the way. You see your own creation playing out in your mind. This creation has never happened before. Bitcoin declining from here has never happened before at this point in the cycle. Never. But in your mind, you see it declining from here. That is a script that you have made. Now, because you have made your own script, it is your brainchild. And we are loyal to our children more than anything. So you place greater loyalty on the mental picture that you created than factual data staring you in the face. I get this with traders all the time. They create a boogeyman and they're scared of a boogeyman. It's their own creation. And this boogeyman has never happened before. But Oliver, what if? That's the key that you're creating. Whenever you ask Oliver, but Oliver, what if Oliver? What if this? What if that? What if? That is you creating. What ifs are your mental creations. We don't have to what if we have something that's happened every single time this way in the past. We don't need to what if. You need to what if when you have nothing. Like the people before 2009, they had a greater right to say, what if Bitcoin is not this? And what if it didn't exist yet? It wasn't brought into being yet. It did exist. It just wasn't brought into being yet. That's when you what if. But after 15 freaking years, there's no what ifs, bozo. We've got 15 years. There's no what ifing after 15 years. And some people say, well, Oliver, I don't agree with that. I think that there's still what ifs. It's only 15 years. When people tell me that, I ask them one simple question. Oh, you think only 15 years? Okay. So how many years do you think you need? 85? How many years do you think you're going to be alive? How many? You need another 15 years to be certain? You need Bitcoin to be $5 million to be certain? Like, at what point do you start to see that this is the greatest thing human beings have ever come in contact with? At what point? What does Bitcoin have to do? It has beat every single asset the world has ever known. It has destroyed everything human beings have ever held dear. It has outperformed every metric by every which way but loose, by orders of magnitude. It has become the fastest adopted tech in the history of the world. It's become the hardest money in the history of the world. It's become the hardest asset in the history of the world. It has become the best performing asset the world has ever known in every single metric, every single category, every single time frame. It has beaten every record human beings have ever created for something. And you're still saying, but Oliver, I still don't know yet. So that's okay. If you still don't know, the intelligent thing to do is to know when you're going to know. Don't just leave it open. So it's okay if you still don't get it, but at what have you defined when you will get it? So one intelligent way of being a denier of Bitcoin is to say, Oliver, listen, I get what you're saying. I am not convinced yet because of this, this, and that. And if this, and that gets accomplished or done, then I'm a believer. Now that's an intelligent denier, that they have defined at what point they become a believer. They defined it. But most people are not intelligent deniers. They're like, I just don't believe it. Oh, really? Okay, so when will you believe it? I don't think ever. I'm never going to believe it. It's internet money. It's fake. It's this and that. There's nothing behind that. That's just pure ignorance. That is pure ostrich. I didn't catch it before, so to me, it's dumb. I'm going to stick my head in the sand, and it doesn't matter if it's destroying every single thing else that I know, but I'm just going to stick my head in the sand, and it makes me feel better if I say it's not cool, it's not good. That's how the majority of people treat this thing. You know, I had to come around, and you have to come around too, guys. I think cycles are real. I do not subscribe to the notion that Bitcoin is done with cycles. I don't subscribe to that. I'm not saying that idea has a zero possibility, but it's very low on my expectation list. I think Bitcoin is a very cyclical protocol. It does many things through cycles. It has having roughly every 4 years cycle. It has a difficulty rate adjustment, which is part of Bitcoin's living consciousness, as far as I'm concerned. Every 2106 blocks, 2106 blocks, it releases a new piece of itself into the world for human beings to have and hold and use. Roughly every 10 minutes, everything is based on a clock, a time, a cycle. And because of that, I think Bitcoin is going to display cyclical tendencies for the foreseeable future. So I'm not a big subscriber to the notion that the cycles are over, Oliver. Yeah, okay. Until that happens, I'm not there. And guys, this is something that you'll know, you'll learn if you hang around about me in my market play, in my trading with Bitcoin, everything. All right. It spills over into every corner of my life. I don't venture into the fanciful. I stick with what is. A lot of people say, well, Oliver, how can we know the future? You don't need to know the future. You need to know the now. Providence has not given us dominion over the future. What it has given us is dominion over the now. We control now. We can't control tomorrow or next week or next year, but we can control right now. I have power over my now. And let's call my now the from this moment to the next 15 minutes. This 15-minute time frame from this moment to 15 minutes from now. Guess what? I can with 100% accuracy know what's highly likely to happen. I am likely to be talking to you, and I will get that right. I will get my 15-minute now right almost 100% of the time in my life. Someone asks you where you're going to be 15 years from now, zero accuracy. Someone asks you where you're going to be 15 minutes from now, almost 100% accuracy. Someone asks you where you're going to be 5 minutes from now, 1,000% accuracy. We need to start living our lives 5 to 15 minutes at a time. And if we can get every 5 to 15 minutes right, our future is beautiful. It doesn't require catapulting ourselves 15 years in the future. We just got to get the 15 minutes that we have dominion over right now correct. And then the next one, and then the next one. And you do it step 15 minute by 15 minute block that's what Bitcoin does by 10-minute block, by 10-minute block, by 10-minute block. Oh, bad news, doesn't care. 10-minute block, 10-minute block, 10. Oh, this politician is trashing Bitcoin, doesn't care. 10-minute block, 10-minute block, 10-minute block. Oh, a negative news article on Bitcoin's energy consumption, doesn't care. 10-minute block, 10-minute block, 10-minute block. Oh, the Fed's going to raise interest rates. Doesn't matter. 10-minute block, 10-minute block, 10-minute block. Oh, the U.S. economy is going to go into a tailspin, into recession. Doesn't matter. 10-minute block, 10-minute block, 10-minute block. That's what Bitcoin does. It has mastered its domain. Its domain is 10 minutes at a time. And we should take a lesson from Bitcoin to live our lives 10 minutes at a time, because that's the only space of time that we have total control over. So it is not necessary to know the future. It is necessary to know the now. Part of the now is built on the past. So I put all of the past, all of the power, all of the lessons, all of the examples that happened in the past, they are contained in your 10-minute now. Do you understand what I'm saying? All of the wisdom, all of the knowledge, all of the information, everything from the past is that 10-minute period called the now is pregnant with everything from the past. So if we understand the now, which includes the past, so whenever you're looking back at a chart like this and you see, wow, Bitcoin takes off every halving year right before presidential election time, that is now part of your now. And you can make that knowledge, that information, that now work for you.